Welcome to the live watch along for the final match of the United States men's national team, verging on record-breaking season here in 2021. Josh Sperber giving you live commentary all match long as the United States men's national team takes on Bosnia and Herzegovina for the third time in the two nations' history. It has been a pretty even matchup between the two squads. They've played both times in friendlies. It was a 4-3 victory in the first match between these two sides back in 2013. And in 2018, it was a 0-0 draw in a friendly the last time these two teams played each other. But this time, things are looking very different. You're seeing two very different teams on very different runs of form. The United States, with a win today, would break their record for the most matches won in a calendar year in United States men's national team history. That was set in 2013 when they had 16 wins. They have 16 wins, 2 losses, 3 draws in 2021 with coach Greg Berhalter at the helm. He is the fastest U.S. national team coach to 30 victories. He has done so and been incredible in his 3 years at the home. 30 wins, 6 losses, and 7 draws in his start since 2018. And part of that is due to some of the young talent on this U.S. national team that we will be taking a look at today. One of those young players is Ricardo Pepi, who earlier today, in fact, about 30 minutes before we went live here, Ricardo Pepi was named the Chipotle Young Male Player of the Year for U.S. Soccer after a phenomenal season on FC Dallas. He led the team with 13 goals in the 2021 season, provided 3 assists as well for the Dallas side, and earned 4 caps with 3 goals and 2 assists for the United States men's national team. He is one of the starters for USA today. He's joined by Jordan Morris, who is playing the number 9 role, the striker, wearing his traditional 13. He is the man up front for United States. It is so great to see him back. His last match that he played, he scored 2 goals in Cuba against Cuba in a Nations League contest back on November 19th. 2019, over 2 years ago, but that Jordan Morris got his way in the matchup for the United States, and it is so good to have him back. The 2019 Comeback Player of the Year for the MLS. Jordan Morris is a guy that I'm very excited to watch in this season, in this match. Kellyn Acosta will be flanking on the other side. With this cap today, he will break Landon Donovan's record for the most caps in a calendar year by an American player. Donovan recorded 20 in 2002, that World Cup semifinal year, or Elite Eight year in South Korea. This is the 21st cap of 2021. Every single match the United States has played, Kellyn Acosta has played as well. Congratulations to him for setting a record, and he has been a huge part of the United States national team with now 45 career caps, second most among all United States players here tonight. In the midfield, Cristian Roldan, Johnny Cardoso, and Jesus Ferreira will be there, and Kellyn Acosta the winging as well. Johnny Cardoso, the center attacking midfielder with George Bello, Brooks Lennon, the only debutant in the match today for the United States. He is getting his first career United States cap and first start at right back at a Paradise Valley, Arizona. Walker Zimmerman, good to see him back, the 2-time MLS Defender of the Year. Him and Henry Kessler will be forming the partnership in the center back positions. George Bello, the left back, getting his 6th cap. And Matt Turner, the back-to-back MLS Goalie of the Year awards, best 11 in 2021 after leading the New England Revolutions to the Supporters' Shield. And, of course, the Golden Glove winner after allowing 1 goal in 7 matches in the Gold Cup. Now, for Bosnia and Herzegovina, the Dragons, they have not had as much success as the United States have had coming in to this game. They're coming off 3 straight matches without a win, 2 losses, including one to a 10-men Finland that knocked them out of qualifications for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. They have a 1 win, 3 loss, and 4 draw record in the World Cup qualifiers over the past couple of years, are 2-5-4 under first-year head coach Ivalo Petev, who was named back in March for the Bosnia and Herzegovina Dragons. They are putting together an almost brand new squad. 3 players have been capped before for Bosnia and Herzegovina, and they combine for just 8 caps among those 3 players. So that means 8 new players will make their debut for the blue and yellow side in Bosnia and Herzegovina, including their goalkeeper Nikola Setkovic. He has 3 clean sheets in 10 matches for Borac Banja Luka, one of the top clubs in the Bosnian Premier League. He will be minding the net in his debut, his first start at the senior level. He has 9 clean sheets in 22 matches over 4 different youth national teams for Bosnia and Herzegovina. So these guys, some of them have these youth national team experience, but that is not the case for everyone. In front of Setkovic, Alexander Vojinovic at left back, his teammate at FK Borac Banja Luka, one of the top teams in the Bosnian Premier League. And our third place halfway through the season. Bosnia is on their winter break. He has played all 18 of 19 matches for Borac Banja Luka. Aiden Nukic, one of the more senior members of this Bosnian national team, one of now 2 players with 3 caps, one of just 8 players who came into this contest that have played at the senior international level so far. Nukic at a different position, though, primarily in that right midfield side. He's switching over to center back on the left side with Numan Kurdic at the right back in front of him, player for one of the most accomplished clubs in all of Bosnia, and FK Sarajevo in the capital city of Bosnia and Herzegovina. The right back is going to be Hrove Barisic, the oldest player on the squad for Bosnia and Herzegovina, one of 2 30-year-old players. Coach Petev said he was looking for a younger side, a team with speed and strength to counteract what he believes is the strength of the United States national team, their speed, their pace, and the fact that they just have so many talented players. He's not going to give guys with experience trying to build some new blood as they push to qualify for their first major tournament since that 2014 World Cup with their golden generation players in Miralem Pjanic and Edin Dzeko. That era is all but over as both of those players are reduced to more reserve roles for their senior club. Pjanic on loan with Besiktas from FC Barcelona, Edin Dzeko playing backup to a really talented striking group at Inter Milan. But there's still some talent in the midfield, particularly in Andre Dokanovic, who is the most valuable player monetarily in terms of the transfer value for the 20-year-old defensive midfielder, one of the youngest players on this squad. According to Transfer Market, he is worth $1.1 million, more valuable and the only million-dollar man coming out of the Bosnian Premier League. A strong defensive midfielder with a knack for scoring goals. He has a goal on the season, has scored at every level he has played, and has been with FK Sarajevo from the beginning, trained in their youth academy, a great leader. Was on the roster for the World Cup qualifiers, did not get in a match back in November and October, but in October he missed those matches because of COVID. He is now getting his first start at the National League level in his second start in his second cap. Joining Dokanovic in the midfield position is Amar Begic at the left midfield spot. Josip Korluka, another defensive midfielder, a guy who is tabbed as one of the best defenders in Bosnia right now, and still with 5 assists, a great passer, usually from the fullback position, and a more defensive formation for Bosnia, a defensive 4-4-2 with 2 defensive midfielders. And Suleiman Kripic, the top scorer on this team, second in the Bosnian Premier League with 11 goals, is the right midfielder, and the 2 strikers up front, Igor Savic and Jovo Lukic, as the game is kicking off. You can watch it on Fox Sports 1, and I'll be live here with commentary all match long. In a match the United States is favored to win. This is a battle of 2 teams with large differences, both in their run of form as of late, and of course, in their FIFA rankings. United States ranked 12th. Bosnia Herzegovina is ranked at 61st. Don't forget to follow us on State of Soccer for the World Cup qualifiers that I know everyone is excited to see. United States in great position to challenge Canada and challenge really everyone in the CONCACAF. They're currently second place by just a point or two and face Canada on January 30th. It's been the U.S. with possession for most of this match so far. They're shuffling around their formation. Ball going back. It is Brooks Lennon with it, sending back to the center back partnership. That's Henry Kessler making his first ever start, second cap for the United States men's national team. Here's Acosta now. Most caps in a calendar year for any American player. And anytime you're an American, say you broke a record held by Landon Donovan, you're doing something right. Bosnia with possession right around midfield. You can expect a slow pace from them as Kurtic sends it back to his center backs. They want looking to counter the United States speed with just this calculated attack and trying to slow up the pace to take the speed and youth of the United States out of the game. Both of these sides putting together pretty young squads, each coming under 25 years old, but United States a bit younger at about 22 and a half years, where Bosnia Herzegovina is just under 24 years old as a squad. Here come the Dragons wearing their white uniforms. United States, their road combination of the navy blue and red. Their new uniforms unveiled at the beginning of the 2021 season. 16 wins in 2021. A lot of them coming in World Cup qualifiers and two major tournaments. Their seventh Gold Cup. And, of course, that stunning Nations League final against Mexico. Bosnia getting the ball into the 18-yard box for the first time, and Brooks Lennon showing why he was selected for the first time. Great defensive intervention, getting in between the left-sided midfielder of Amar Begic, refusing to allow him any kind of shot at goal. So a throw in just about in line for Bosnia-Herzegovina. They're on the far sideline, sending it in towards the 18-yard box. Roldan fighting for it. It's a cross coming in towards the middle. It is punched away by the head of Henry Kessler. Getting in there. And here come the Dragons again. United States started possession, but not a lot of shots close to the net so far. Bosnia getting more possession in their attacking third as Kurtic sends it backwards. The Dragons playing it out the back. Dragons really the unofficial nickname of this Bosnian squad. As a ball sent in towards down the 18-yard box for Edin Nukic. That's Kurtic fighting away Acosta. Now here come the Bosnians again. There's a little bit of lag on my computer with the live video, so if I'm a bit behind on the call, you'll have to forgive me. As Zekovic is going to get his first touch, the 19-year-old, the youngest starter, and one of the youngest players on this Bosnia-Herzegovina team. Primary goalkeeper for Banja Luka in the Bosnian Premier League. 3 clean sheets in 10 matches for the 19-year-old. United States playing it using their defenders. Getting the first touch for George Bello, making his 6th cap. A staple in the back line of Atlanta United, made his debut during that 2018 championship run. Bello fighting off a couple of Bosnian attackers. That pressure is increasing, forcing a long pass by Walker Zimmerman. It's headed away by Vojinovic. Jesus Ferreira, guy I'm very excited to see, another nominee for that Chipotle Young Male Player of the Year that went to Ricardo Pepi less than an hour ago. He is in here. There's Jordan Morris looking for the cross towards the middle. Acosta just missing on the header. It's going to roll behind for Bello. Bello using his speed to get forward, sends in the low cross. It's headed away, but it's headed right to Acosta, who goes for the one-timer. and he sends that on the ground, and it rolls out of bounds. Kellen Acosta looking to mark his record-breaking 21st appearance in a calendar year with a goal, but was just short. And the United States made a last-minute change on the lineup. It's a bit different than I read it in the preview, and it actually makes more sense the way it's done. Jordan Morris, not the out-and-out striker. He is at the right wing. Typically a left winger. It is Ricardo Pepi, the striker. He is the man in the middle. So that is a change there. Kellen Acosta has moved back into the midfield, and Jesus Ferreira, the left winger. He is about to turn 21 as a potential cross is knocked away by Numan Kurtic. Jordan Morris getting very aggressive on the passing side, trying to send those balls in. His first U.S. national team match in 2 years. He was looking for Pepi in the middle, but the low cross knocked away by Aiden Nukic. And it's the first set piece for either team in this game. It's going to be Kellen Acosta on the far side. Outswinging ball sent in, meets the head of Zimmerman, sent in the middle, but it's knocked away. United States maintaining possession with Pepi. Now Roldan. Roldan with it again, sending the cross in. It's deflected away and headed backwards towards the United States back line. It's going to be Bello that regains possession, who's going to give it to Jesus Ferreira. Sends it in towards the middle. It's knocked around, and now the Dragons with possession once again. Don't forget to subscribe to State of Soccer. You can see our Twitter handle, website, and of course our YouTube channel, which you're already watching. If you are listening to me call this match, as we have an injury down on the pitch that is stopping some time. Ref giving a little warning to Kellen Acosta. They're replaying that corner kick. It was almost a pass, it looked like, from Zimmerman to Ricardo Pepi. To a man down on the pitch for Bosnia. 8 minutes have gone by in this first half. And the United States and Bosnia and Herzegovina are all square. 0-0 is the score. Want to hear you guys in the comments section, so make sure to stay active. We are doing this stream for you guys. Apologies that we can't have the stats rolled up on the screen here as we did for the MLS Cup match, but little technical difficulties on that side as United States will get a free kick, and they're going to play it quickly. These are two teams looking to play very different paces in this contest, an attacking versus a defensive formation. It's going to be a battle to see who controls the pace of this match. United States looking for something quicker. The Bosnia and Herzegovina squad looking to slow the pace down and make an effort to score goals on some counterattacks. Zimmerman giving it to Acosta, who switched down to that midfield slot. Essentially switched positions with Ferreira. Now Pepi. United States close to the 18-yard box. Morris having a pass with Lennon. Back to Morris. And he's going to send it all the way back to the midfield line. Walker Zimmerman fighting off one of the Bosnian strikers to get it to Henry Kessler. United States maintaining control, certainly with possession in the United States' favor so far. Almost 60-40 for the red, white, and blue. 58% possession in the first 10 minutes goes towards the United States of America. They're going to get another corner kick on a almost decisive ball sent in from Brooks Lennon. He is certainly impressing in his first cap for the United States. And they get their second corner kick of the evening. Outswinger from Acosta, looking for the head of Zimmerman again, and it's deflected away. But back to Ferreira. He's going to try and loop it over everyone, but it bounces into the hands of Nikola Setkovic. Making his debut for the Bosnian national team, as are 7 of his teammates so far. And there is a whole lot more. Bunch of guys on the bench that didn't even play with any youth national teams for Bosnia and Herzegovina. A lot of guys who, their national duty is being debuted on this stage. And that is where these teams differ. A lot of the United States players have been in academies for their squads. U20s, U19s is a one-on-one on the right side, or on the left side with Bello. Playing Aiden Nukic, a very aggressive, a center back player who's been the most aggressive Bosnian player in terms of attacking the ball. We've seen him try and make some plays right at the 18-yard box. Nukic wearing the captain's armband. They replay a nice tackle by George Bello. Nukic on the sideline to throw it in. Near side throw. United States has plenty of numbers back. Back line playing deep, and the midfielders, Kellen Acosta included, able to force the ball out of bounds, get possession back to the United States. Bello in control, close to his own corner flag, trying to push it upfield. That one is sent a long way. Lob pass from Johnny Cardoso, the Brazilian-born in his second cap with the national team. A potential chance for Pepe, but it's taken away by Setkovic. United States will reset with their back line. Zimmerman gets it all the way back to the goalkeeper, Matt Turner. Back-to-back goalkeeper of the year in the MLS. A guy who could see a big game challenging Zach Steffen for what seemed to be a certainty in the United States national team arena, that goalkeeping position. Here comes Bosnia and Herzegovina, but there's a great intervention by Walker Zimmerman, and that's going to get possession back to the USA. Trying to counter it, play switched all the way to George Bello. The United States staying patient, not trying to force it with 13 and a half minutes gone in this first half. Cardoso up for Morris. Back to Cardoso. Sent forward. Here comes Lennon all the way in. Sends the cross in, but it just misses the feet of Ricardo Pepi, and it'll roll harmlessly out of bounds for a throw-in. Brooks Lennon aggressive from that right back spot. Jesus Ferreira involved as well. And you're seeing on the replay a beautiful low cross sent in towards the box by Brooks Lennon. A masterful passer at the fullback spot. Pepe may have been offsides by about half of his cleat. But either way, that's one he's going to want back. The Chipotle Young Male Player of the Year, 18-year-old out of El Paso, Texas. 26th FC Dallas homegrown signee. Making his mark on U.S. soccer. Could be the next great striker. And has the veteran Giassi Zardes to mentor him in this training camp. Acosta sending it forward for Ferreira. He has it stripped away. And here come the Dragons now. And that's going to be a foul called, kind of necessary foul by Acosta there. Doesn't look like a card will be given, but it is a very long free kick for the Dragons. The all-white jerseys of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Acosta charged with the foul. And a very long free kick that'll be taken by Aiden Nukic. Nukic is center back, but he's doing most of the work on the attacking front for the Bosnians. He was on the squad for two World Cup qualifiers against Kazakhstan back in September, but did not play. Has not played in a competitive match just yet. None of the senior players with national team experience on Bosnia and Herzegovina have played in a competitive match. It's all been friendlies. Lucky for them, that is what this is. But with the exception of many of the debutants for the United States, I've seen a lot of guys that have been in Gold Cups, been in high-pressure situations. A lot of experience on this U.S. roster, but a lot of young talent as well. 3 players with over 30 caps. There are multiple players, even just in the starting lineup, that have more caps than the entire Bosnian national team. Matt Turner is one of them. Jordan Morris is one of those players, now twice over in his 40th cap. 10 goals, 8 assists for him. And that's with plenty of injuries. Great to see him back on the pitch. A nice pass from Acosta. Frees Morris. He's streaking down the right side. Sends the cross in. It's punched away by Setkovic. Acosta tries to send it back in. It knocks off of Nukic. And that will roll out of bounds. Jordan Morris has been playing fantastically, trying to set things up with those crosses inside the box. Down the wing. That one technically a shot as Bosnia has a chance now. Long distance shot right at Matt Turner. That was Suleiman Kripic, second leading scorer in the Bosnian Premier League, with the first shot of the match. First save for Matt Turner, Golden Glove winner at the Gold Cup. I think if anyone voted for a different goalie, they must have been watching a different tournament. 7 matches for Turner. United States winning that championship in shutout fashion. Just 1 goal allowed, and that was in a 6-1 contest for the United States team. One of their most dominant Gold Cup wins in an event that they have dominated. 8 teams have been crowd champions. 7 of them have been the United States men's national team. "18 minutes have elapsed in this first half. Score still square. 0-0. What do you think the United States need to do to put one on the board? Want to hear your thoughts in the comments section. It's been a pretty quiet early game. And apologies again if there are technical difficulties with lagged audio or anything like that. The Wi-Fi in my building doesn't seem to like me as much as it did last week. Trying to get that fixed as quickly as I can. There's Greg Berhalter barking out orders to the United States team. Still very much in control of this match. More shots, but fewer on target. And the Dragons team. There's not a single Bosnian player on this national team with a shot on goal before Kripic's shot just a minute ago. But that was the whole point for Petov. USA firmly in control. Ferreira tries to free up a streak in Acosta Bello down the wing. But it's blocked away. Walker Zimmerman gets it from Kessler. Now Acosta, quick passing from the U.S. Keeps the Bosnians on their heels. Igor Savic and Jovo Lukic, the 2 strikers for Bosnia, are really getting heavy pressure on the United States back line, but they are holding firm. Acosta now seemingly playing that left back role, freeing Bello to go down the left wing. He's got it, sends in the low cross, but a little behind everyone, and it is sent away by the Bosnian defense. Here's Nukic, but it's intercepted by Ferreira. Cardoso now tries to chip across in for Morris. It's headed away. Taken away, and a very high shot by Ricardo Pepe. El Toro, the Bull. 3 goals and 2 assists in 4 caps this year. 3 goals and 3 assists, an average of a goal contribution per match in his first 6 caps. Could be part of a dangerous attack, obviously coupled with the likes of Christian Pulisic and some of the other stars United States have out front. Some of these guys you could be seeing on the qualifier stage as Setkovic sends the goal kick towards the midfield line. Here's Acosta, giving it to Bello. U.S. letting the fullbacks run the show down the wings as Pepe has it. He's going to take it from the middle of the park over to the left side. It goes back to Bello. Ferreira trying to get it back for Morris, and it's intercepted. And it's going to go out of bounds. United States will get the ball. Throwing it in will be Brooks Lennon. Gets it back for Ferreira. Inside, Morris looking to get free. Acosta has it in the middle of the park now. United States slowly pushing it backwards. Henry Kessler with it now. The center backs are pushed up very forward as Nukic knocks down Bello. Trips him up as Bello was looking to make a turn towards the inside. No card given, but a foul called on Aydin Nukic, the captain for the second place side in the Bosnian Premier League. Tuzla City, the only place he has played in his pro career. Say about a 38-yard free kick for Kellen Acosta. Looks for an American head, will not find it. It's knocked away. And now here come Bosnia. A beautiful through ball down the wing, looking to spring Nukic, but the speed of Bello is too much for the Bosnian captain, George Bello. Great coming down that left field side. Bello's going to get it from Cardoso. Send it to Acosta towards the middle. That left side of the pitch has belonged to George Bello so far. Acosta with it now. Switches the play for Brooks Lennon. Lennon and Morris have linked up quite well on that right side. And there is a chip pass for Morris. He's got some space, but is defended closely by Corluka. Now it's Lennon trying to free himself. Barisic defending him. He's going to end up forcing that ball out of bounds. And Brooks Lennon, the culprit there. He will turn his way back as the Bosnia Herzegovina team will throw it in about halfway through this first pack. Here's Bello now, controlling it with his chest, a bit heavy of a touch. Nukic comes diving in to send it away, and on the counterattack comes Bosnia. There's Barisic. Barisic sending the cross in, easily deflected by Zimmerman, but he's going to have to get a second touch on it. He does. Heads it away. Long distance shot, no chance on the net. It's going to bounce into the stands almost. Pretty close to being a souvenir. And Aydin Nukic has certainly impressed the captain, making some aggressive interventions, and they've been paying off. And Walker Zimmerman, coming back from injury that caused him to miss the latter part of the MLS season, showing no signs of being anything less than the two-time Defender of the Year for Nashville SC. Zimmerman has started at center back for 2 expansion franchises in their first year. 2 of the more recent expansions, LAFC and now in Nashville. Just a winning guy, part of a winning and successful culture, leading Nashville to a playoff appearance this year. LAFC had some championship aspirations when he was on their defensive side, and you saw this season, if you watched the MLS, how different that defense looked without Walker Zimmerman. Him and Henry Kessler working together well as center back partners in front of Matt Turner. come the Bosnians again. Dokanovic has not been as involved as we'd expect, but he'll switch the play. It's going to the far side now for Bosnia and Herzegovina, still playing from their center back and finding Nukic, who has moved towards the right side of the midfield where he's a bit more comfortable. He sends it inside, back for Barisic. Now Dokanovic. Dokanovic chips it in, and it's headed away by Zimmerman again. He is fighting away from a Bosnian striker. I believe that was Lukic. Bosnia calling for a penalty, and they don't get it as Lukic fell to the ground. And now they will play it back to their goalkeeper, Setkovic. Youngest player on the Bosnian side, second youngest, third youngest in terms of age, Gabriel Slonina and Kobe Henry. Two players at 17 years old who could make their national team debuts. Jordan Morris was freed up by a beautiful long ball by Kessler, but it looked like Morris jumped the run a bit, a little too early for the veteran making his 40th cap, the longtime member of Seattle Sounders. A couple Bosnian and American fans. This is an American broadcast, though, so going to have to feature more of the American content. Good to see both sides represented in the last match of 2021 for both of these sides. The difference is, though, the United States have some very important matches coming up in January. Bosnia do not have another match scheduled until the Nations League in June. We will certainly be covering the World Cup qualifiers. United States sandwich the bottom two teams in the qualifiers with the number one team in the CONCACAF right now, and that's Canada. As Nukic tries to cross a ball, deflects off a George Bello, and it'll be the first corner kick of the night for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Their best shot on net. So make sure to subscribe to us here on the State of Soccer. We're on Twitter. You can look at our website, stateofsoccer.us. And, of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel for all the best U.S. soccer content for the rest of 2021 and all throughout 2022. Nukic on the corner near side, sends in the outswinging ball. It's deflected around, bounces towards Kessler, bounces right back, a little head-to-head pass with Kessler and Barisic. And it's going to go out of bounds and sent all the way up the pitch by Ferreira. Pepe's looking for it. Moving towards the left side of the park. Going towards the American goal. So right side for the United States as Lennon knocks a player down, and that's going to be a late foul called against Brooks Lennon. Right back, felling Numan Kurtic. Check that. That was Amar Begic, left midfielder from Borac Banja Luka from Zenica in Bosnia. I couldn't tell you where that is, unfortunately. Not up on my geography. But he's got a free kick that is once again given to Aydin Nukic, the captain, probably the most experienced player on this Bosnian side. Sends in an in-swinging ball, misses a couple heads, bouncing around. Bosnians might have a shot on net with a lot of players in front, but it's knocked backwards. Long distance shot, and diving forward is Turner to save it. Technical difficulties here. You're going to have to forgive me for a little bit of lag on both my commentary and, well, the screen that I'm watching that you can't see. Thank gosh for instant replays, as they're going to show Nukic had his free kick ball bounced around a couple players, including Andre Dokanovic, getting a shot on net. That was Suleiman Kripic who had the final word, but a slow roller right to Turner. Morris potentially freed up, coming way off his line is Setkovic, and it's a good thing he did, because Jordan Morris would have had a free pass at goal. Instead, Setkovic boots it all the way across. Offside's going to be called on Jovo Lukic. Walker Zimmerman, the captain for the United States today, wearing a white armband. He's going to quickly free kick it as we are half an hour through here in Carson, California. Here come the United States again, across head towards the middle. Morris, a header. Oh, what a save by Setkovic. Jordan Morris wanted that storybook beginning to his news chapter with the United States on a nice pass from Jesus Ferreira. Morris headed it right into the thigh of Nikola Setkovic. Show a replay again. A beautiful cross in. No one was looking at Morris on that far side. Pepe was knocked down on the dummy pass. And Morris had an open side of the net, but it's difficult to flick that neck. And guessing where the ball was going well was Setkovic. He was diving right with the head of Jordan Morris. A great save for the 19-year-old from Banja Luka, playing for his hometown team. He has 9 clean sheets in 22 international matches, all of them coming with different youth national teams. Played with the U17s, U19s, and U20s for the Bosnia national team. This is his senior debut. Nikola Setkovic making a huge stop. But United States are relentless. I'm not sure if that was a cross or a shot from Morris. Or check that. That was Brooks Lennon. But either way, that ball's sailing over the net as United States now firmly in control of this. Bosnia, not a lot of chances. That back line of the United States has held firm. It's been significantly more aggressive. You see a lot of the center backs and the fullbacks taking shots on net. And the center backs especially being very involved in the offense for Bosnia. The United States with 2/3 of the possession here tonight, with just 32 minutes gone by. According to ESPN, Bosnia has another different starting formation than was originally posted. From a 4-4-2 to a 3-5-2. So Nukic moved all the way up to a right midfielder role with Korluka in the same way. Both natural fullbacks. Kripic and Lukic are the 2 strikers up top. Dokanovic, Savic, and Begic. More defensive midfielders in the center of the park. Barisic, Vojanovic, and Kurtic, the 3 in the back for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Replay of another chance here for the Dragons. A cross in. Easy stop. Jovo Lukic got on the header, but went right to Matt Turner. Those golden gloves coming in handy. United States looking to push forward. And they are continuing to go down those wings. Jordan Morris has been an absolute terror for Bosnia so far, fighting for a spot on one of those World Cup qualifying teams. Here's Acosta. Nice cross sent in, looking for Pepe, and it rolls into the hands of Setkovic. Kind of topspin on that ball from Acosta there. A little bit of backspin that got a curling cross right in the line of Pepe, but at the last second, something I didn't see before, it was deflected away by the Bosnian defense. That was Alexander Vojinovic. Turner ended up on the long goal kick, a goalkeeper pass really from Setkovic, and the United States continuing to control. With the possession numbers this lopsided, United States close to 70% possession, you can just tell that they are knocking on the goal's door. Bosnia has not had a lot of clean chances on the net. United States playing with a much deeper back line, and of course 4 in the back as opposed to Bosnians' 3. Not often you see a 3 in the back formation. Zimmerman, the captain, dishing it to Acosta. Sends it for Bello. A nice pass, but well anticipated. Adin Nukic stopping that one from going to Jordan Morris. Just a BB from Kellen Acosta. "36 minutes have gone by in this first half, so there's 9 minutes remaining. In the 37th now, as USA and Bosnia and Herzegovina still tied at 0-0. Jordan Morris now looking for that cross. Nukic deflects it away. It's going out of bounds. Actually, it was Kurtic who got his last foot on it. Setkovic knocks it away. It's going to be corner kick number 3 for the Americans. Kellen Acosta will do the damage again. This time an in-swinger from the near side. He has found Walker Zimmerman twice on his previous 2 corner kicks. Zimmerman with 2 international goals for the USA in his 23rd cap. In-swinger sent by Acosta, punched away by Setkovic. A little too close to the net. Maybe he was trying for a Michael Bradley special, scoring off the corner kick. The goal, the punt all the way from Setkovic, going to Turner. Slowly giving it to his midfielders, letting them run the show. Christian Roldan, who's had a pretty quiet first half for the Americans. In control to Kessler, now to Lennon. The captain, Walker Zimmerman now, just a couple steps away from that center circle. United States just passing around their back line, going all the way back to Acosta, who is appearing to switch places really with George Bello. They're using Bello more as a winger now, with Roldan on that midfield on the left side. Very versatile 19-year-old out of Douglasville, Georgia, is Bello. Looking to get forward. He might be offsides there, but he's still fighting for the ball. No flag's going to be raised. Bello has to pedal backwards. Now Acosta sends it in the middle of the park. And that ball is sent in by Cardoso. Just listed as Johnny on the U.S. roster. The Brazilian with his 3rd cap. Here comes Nukic. He'll send it all the way back to Setkovic. Like 4 in the back for a second there from the Dragons of Bosnia. And forward by Lukic. Some space in the middle of the park now for Savic. Savic back to Kripic. Kripic, the dangerous goal scorer on the Bosnian team. 2nd in the Premier League as that's deflected away. And running to go get there is George Bello, but Kellen Acosta ends up getting knocked down. He is currently holding his right shin, and a red card is shown. My computer lagged at the absolute wrong time. Amar Begic is charged with a red card. I'm going to need to see a replay of what happened here. It's not every day you see a straight red shown in an international friendly. Kellen Acosta still on the ground. I'm waiting for a replay to give you a more accurate picture of what happened. Forgive the lag on my computer, and there you see, if you're watching the match, Amar Begic from behind tackles and steps on the right foot of Kellen Acosta. Trips him up from behind, steps on the foot, maybe even got high enough in the ankle. But that's going to be a straight red every single time, and down to 10 men is Bosnia and Herzegovina. A debut match for Amar Begic and a red card. He is still pleading his case with a referee, Kellen Acosta, back up and walking around. And if you guys are watching the match along with the commentary here, Do you guys think that was a red card? The referee is shuffling around the yellow in his pocket as well. When you tackle a guy from behind, he was a couple yards short of the ball and hit the ankle of Acosta, who was being walked to the sideline by a couple of trainers. Begic still pleading his case with the head referee. But it looks like it is going to be a red, and for the second half and the last 4 or 5 minutes of the first half, pending extra time, the United States will have a man advantage on the 61st ranked team in the world. Kellum Acosta set to come back in. Look like he is going to need to miss time. There's some dead time here. And Petev, the Bosnian staff, are furious. Amar Begic essentially being escorted off the field by Matt Turner, it looks like. He cannot believe that he was given a straight red card for that tackle. I certainly can. As Begic will leave the pitch, and it is in the book. A red card in his national team debut for Amar Begic, 21-year-old out of Zenica, playing on the number 3 team in the Bosnian Premier League. Will have his first cap end abruptly. 42 minutes gone. United States getting aggressive as Bosnia will be down to 10 men for the duration of this match. We're looking for Morris, but that was cleared by Rove Borisic. The elder statement, 2 30-year-olds, both starting for Bosnia and Herzegovina tonight. 4, maybe even 5 in the back now for Bosnia. After a midfielder, one of the more attack-minded players in Begic, he has escorted off. Two minutes remaining in the first half. I imagine we'll get more than a usual minute of extra time. I'd say 2, maybe even 3 minutes after that long stoppage because of the red card. Score still tied 0-0, but United States in complete control, dominating the possession, and now with a man advantage for the rest of the way. Here's Cardoso, almost directly on the center circle. United States taking their time, just trying to pick apart this Bosnian defense at the midfield. All 10 are back in defense for Bosnia and Herzegovina. We might see a formation change in that second half. Lennon, quick pass away by Ferreira, now rolled on. Back to Cardoso from Zimmerman. Cardoso sends a chip forward. Knocked down. Morris freed up for it. Can he get it over the keeper? He can't. An intervention from Nikola Setkovic stops another potential Jordan Morris goal. You can tell he wants it badly as Setkovic is down. An incidental collision, it seems, with Morris, who was trying to get that ball in. Acosta, the intended target. It was headed backwards. Morris kind of tried to jump out of the way of Setkovic and avoid Nukic, and he accidentally jumped into the face of Setkovic. His right boot hitting it there, so he's going to get checked out by trainers as the regular time in the first half is almost set. 10 seconds away from the 45-minute mark. I imagine we'll have 2 more minutes of extra time as Setkovic is being checked for a concussion by the Bosnian trainers. Referee's trying to get play back to the pitch. Extra time not announced just yet. And as I say it, 3 minutes of extra time now for another injury stoppage and the red card stoppage earlier. Usually see just 2 minutes at the max for a first half, but especially later in this half, a couple of long stoppages of play running on about a minute after the Setkovic injury scare. But Setkovic is absolutely fine. Referee blowing the whistle for him to reset on the goal kick. Or they might be giving it They might have given an offsides to Morris. Nope, they had Sekovic set it back on the normal goal kick spot. 2 minutes left in extra time in the first half. Still 0-0 the score as Bello chips it forward, headed back by Nukic. Nukic getting it back from Bello. And a trip up. Down goes Bello. The culprit is Dokanovic. A 20-year-old getting called with a foul. After a tackle ends up knocking Bello to the ground. United States looking for a last-ditch push in this first half before 45 minutes of being up 10 men. And here comes Bosnia on the counterattack, quickly thwarted by a poor pass by Jovo Lukic. Here's Jordan Morris again. This time he's on the near side. Morris, one-on-one. Tries to send the cross in. And it is knocked away by Sekovic. Jordan Morris. Onsides on a great pass from Jesus Ferreira. Going one-on-one with Barisic. Send it across in. That Sekovic took away. Sekovic has been well positioned. So far in this match. And just about a minute left, or half a minute of extra time. Cardoso with it, sending it to the left side for Bello. USA looking for one last shot. Cross in from Bello. No good for Pepe. Ball back to Morris. Morris trying to get free. Outside the box, long distance shot. And long out of bounds from Johnny Cardoso and Ricardo Pepe. Pepe frustrated. Had a couple of openings, but has not been able to the right boot on the ball. And there he thought he was fouled, knocked down at the edge of the box. Edge of the 6-yard box, that is. And from my vantage point, he's got a case. Vojinovic was looking at the ball, had his arm down to Pepe. As Christian rolled on shot, sailed out of bounds. A couple extra seconds for extra time, but one last kick from Sekovic. Should about do it for the first half, and that is it. So United States and Bosnia are left scoreless after a half. United States a couple of chances, but we'll have a whole half with more of them. United States and Bosnia Herzegovina knotted up, no goals for either side, but a red card for the Bosnians, and the United States head into the half with a large advantage in possession in a tie ball game. We are going to take a quick break here, and we'll be right back with some more content. Stick right with us at halftime. State of Soccer coming up with more USA Contact next. Welcome back to our live stream, our watch along of the final USA match of 2021. Josh Sperber here on State of Soccer. Make sure to like, subscribe, tell all your friends about it. We want to be churning out the USA content as we get ready for World Cup qualifiers in the next month. In a 0-0 match, not much to say, not much to talk about in terms of the actual match play. But the big event of that first half was, of course, the red card at about the 40th minute. That was Amar Begic, who committed a red card in his debut. And we had a couple of comments that I am going to show here. How often you see a red card in a friendly, Sam Walsh? You are absolutely correct. And as I said, while it happened, I certainly agree. If you watched the match, you saw that Begic dove in, missed the ball, was behind the ball by a couple of feet, and he hit the right leg, right about where the high ankle is of Kellen Acosta. By definition, looked like a clean red card from behind. They're going to call that every single time. And that was really the big story of the first half. And we have 3 different languages in the comment section right now. We have now Spanish, English, of course, in an American match. And Adine, I'm sorry. I'm not going to pretend like I understand. I know this language, but we appreciate watching maybe even 3 different countries from around the world here on State of Soccer, the final match of 2021 before some big World Cup qualifiers. And in my opinion, wild card or not, the story of that first half was the play of Jordan Morris. This is a guy who has had a lot of injury history. He had his first European loan to Swansea City back in February in the January transfer window. 5 games in, his wife apparently hadn't even finished unpacking their Seattle apartment, in the move to Swansea City. And he tore his ACL in his 5th game with the English second division side. And Jordan Morris has been out until the near end of the MLS season, played 2 matches in his 8th season with the Sounders. No goals scored, and he was certainly close a couple of times here. He had Setkovic made a couple of great saves. There was a header late in that first half that Setkovic really traced very well, shadowed Jordan Morris quite well. He has been an absolute terror down the wing, setting up chances for other players and creating them himself for his footwork. Morris has certainly been the man of the match through the first half for me, and has made life very easy for the United States attack. As we're going to take a look at some of the first half stats as well. Apologies for some technical difficulties on our side. We usually will have a stat tracker up here, and my audio will be a lot more synced up with my face. That doesn't seem to be the case tonight. In the first half, United States with 68% of the possession, 32 going to Bosnia. 6 shots on net for each side, but 3 on target for Bosnia and Herzegovina, just 1 for United States. That was that header from Jordan Morris. 4 fouls for the U.S. to 5. No yellow cards on either side. Jordan Morris was called for 1 offside penalty, and, of course, that red card by Amar Begic, the big difference. And that'll be Bosnia and Herzegovina at 10 men for the rest of the half. 3 saves for Matt Turner, 1 for Nikola Setkovic. Setkovic in his national team debut. And Matt Turner, his 3 saves made it seem like he's doing a lot more in this match. I'm not saying he is having a bad match, because he is not by any stretch of the imagination, but he's had some very easy saves to make a couple of just easy rolling shots right to Matt Turner. Now in the second half, United States controlling the possession a lot. We want to hear what you guys are saying in the comments about what they should do in the second half. They have changed up both sides have changed up their formation a little bit than what was initially announced. United States really moving players around in their formation. Bosnia and Herzegovina changing from a defensive 4-4-2 to a 3-5-2. Now they are down 10 men. I imagine they'll push one of the strikers back a little bit, with Kripic probably being the lone striker, as he is certainly the more dynamic goal scorer, the first pick among strikers for Petev. So he is probably the guy who will stay up front, but certainly some changes going to have to be made for Bosnia and Herzegovina. United States have been in control all match long. Honestly, the most surprising statistic for me is the fact that there are more shots on target from Bosnia and Herzegovina, and there are fewer shots on net, the same amount of shots on net from each side. So it is the United States, look like they're ahead, but not so on the scoreboard. Still tied at 0-0 as they get ready for the second half. United States and Bosnia, each in their final match of 2021. But of course, if you're a U.S. soccer fan, this is some of the best they've looked in the qualifying matches. And the reason for these December matches in terms of international friendlies are really for tune-ups. For Bosnia, they're looking at guys who can be part of their national team going forward, with their two golden players, Edin Dzeko and Miralem Pjanic, two of the most successful Bosnian players in the history of the country. Both have starred, both have won championships with multiple different teams in multiple different countries. Edin Dzeko winning that 2012 Premier League championship, scoring a less famous goal to equalize before the world-famous Aguero call by Martin Tyler that ended up winning Manchester City their first Premier League championship back in 2012. Dzeko has starred on multiple Italian league teams, currently with Inter Milan. Miralem Pjanic with a couple of those dominant Juventus teams even before Ronaldo got there, now with FC Barcelona, but loaned out to the Turkish giant in Besiktas. Sam with another interesting comment, taking advantage of the red card. Obviously, that is what the U.S. has to do. They are passing the ball incredibly well in that first half, and I think they're going to keep doing that in the second half. I think that's a good point. A lot of U.S. fans in the chat here so far, and if you want to stay American fan, keep listening to that content that we are churning out all year long. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Twitter, @StateOfSoccer_, separating all of those words. And we are in halftime here as we get ready for the second half to start. 0-0. United States, a win here makes it their most successful calendar year in terms of international victories. They have 16, tying the mark set in 2013. 17 would be a record. Kellyn Acosta, the most appearances made by a U.S. national team player since 1995, beating one of the record in this millennium set by Landon Donovan. And if you're mentioned in that list, you are doing good things. Landon Donovan, one of the best players in the national team history, retired, has the MLS MVP award named after him now, and an award that we might see some of these U.S. players winning one day. Golden Glove winner Matt Turner in the net right now. Two-time Defender of the Year, Walker Zimmerman, is up front. In front of him, the center back there. And the United States have a big advantage heading into the second half, and they're looking to put that on the scoreboard as well. Who do you guys think is going to score the first goal of this match? I'm thinking, mostly because I want it to be him, I'm thinking it's going to be Jordan Morris. He has been so aggressive all game long, controlling those wings, and he has been getting into the dangerous scoring areas. So please, who will score first in this match? Will it be U.S.? Will it be Bosnia? Who will it be for each side as we are ready to start this second half? Doesn't look like there are any changes so far for the Americans. For Bosnia, it looks like they're going to keep their same starting lineup, minus, of course, Amar Begic. Begic was one of the center midfielders on the left side next to Josip Korluka, who's on that left mid side in that 3-5-2. United States will trot out their same starting lineup. Jordan Morris and Jesus Ferreira flanking Ricardo Pepi, the young player of the year. Kellen Acosta and Christian Roldan surrounding Johnny Cardoso in the midfield. And then it is in the back, George Bello and Brooks Lennon, the fullbacks, Henry Kessler and Walker Zimmerman, the center backs, in front of Matt Turner, the Golden Glove winner at the Gold Cup. Does not get much more golden than that. And you're going to see a couple substitutions getting ready to come in as the side judge just trying to start the clocks here as we get ready to start on the pitch in Carson, California. The United States tied up, no goals scored yet, still scoreless here against Bosnia and Herzegovina, and we're going to have our first substitution of the match at halftime. Selmir Pedro, the 23-year-old left back, member of FK Sarajevo, is going to make an appearance, the first substitution, as the United States will begin with possession. So we're trying to get the sideboard working so they can officially announce the substitution on the pitch. At Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. And a new goalkeeper as well for the Bosnians. So Nikola Setovic, after a good first half, is out. And in comes Belmin Dizdarovic, the goalie for FK Sarajevo, fourth place in the Bosnian Premier League right now, making his national team debut. 17 matches played, 7 clean sheets for the Zenica native, a guy who has won championships at every level with the Bosnian national team. I'm still looking to see, I think it might have been Kripic who was taken out, and it is. So a defensive substitution for Bosnia, something that they have been stressing since the start of this friendly, something that Petev was talking about and mentioning the strength and the pace of the United States in just about every press conference he gave leading up to this match, and they are living up to that with a fullback coming in Selmir Pedro for the top scorer on this team in Bosnia, second overall in the Bosnian Premier League. Kripic was picked because of his speed. It was better than that of the leading goal scorer, who has 7 more goals than the 30-year-old Kripic, but is 1 year older. That is Nemanja Biblia. Second highest valued player in the Bosnian Premier League. The highest is Andre Dokanovic, who is playing at the defensive midfield spot, currently defending Kellen Acosta. Acosta is going to have to send that back. Cardoso now to Bello. Bello pushing up further and further on that left wing. Him and Jordan Morris have been menaces to this Bosnian side. Cardoso pulling the strings in the middle, giving it to Acosta. Acosta down the side, a quick touch pass by Ferreira. Ferreira can't get back the deflection. Came off of, and that was Borisic. And it'll be a throw-in for the United States about 2 minutes into the second half. Just about everyone but the center backs, and now everyone is above the midfield line for the United States, flexing that 10-man advantage, or that 1-man advantage on the 10-man Bosnian side. Here's Lennon, an aggressive push forward by the recent entrant, Selmir Pedro. He is making his second appearance as a member of the Bosnian national team, playing 10 minutes coming off the bench back on March 27th against fellow CONCACAF side in Costa Rica. He was in the training camp, but did not feature in any of the squad matches in the World Cup qualifiers. Pepe had a shot. Pedro quickly deflects it away. Goes off the head of Cardoso. Poor header. And now here come the Bosnians. 2-on-2 on the breakaway. Cardoso getting back in a good tackle. Falling backwards, still able to get that foot forward. Cross in, nobody there to meet it except for Henry Kessler. And now Cardoso has it again. United States trying to send it forward. Here they come, the red, white, and blue. In their blue and red jerseys, all whites for the Bosnian side. Is a foul called against Christian Roldan. He falls down to the ground. He was the one fouled. Didn't see who it was that knocked him there. As the referee's going to call it back. U.S. trying to start play a bit quickly. They know that Bosnia cannot handle their pace, and it was Igor Savic who drove his right leg into the hip of Christian Roldan. Tripped him up a little bit. No card given, but a foul called. Acosta now has it. He's got some space on the right side, and a well-timed interception by Josip Korluka. Korluka streaking down the near side now. But a whole lot of numbers back. He's going to have to slow it up. He's going to give it to Selmir Pedro. Pedro sends it towards the middle, intercepted by Ferreira. And now United States has control again. Here's Lennon. Fullbacks of the United States have impressed me as well. I want to hear in the comments who has impressed you guys so far. Also have to take the banners down. Live watch along, United States and Bosnia Herzegovina. Jordan Morris sends a shot in, and it's stopped once again by Belman Dizdarovic. He has the second most clean sheets in the Bosnian Premier League this season with 7 in 17 matches. He's won championships at every level with the FK Sarajevo Youth, Bosnian Cup winner in 2019 and 2021. Dizdarovic's first goal kick finds a U.S. head, and it's sent all the way forward. Here comes Vojinovic. He's going to try and clear it, but heavy pressure coming from Pepe, and they are not going to stop. Showing the World Cup qualifying standings. Top 3, remember, will qualify from the CONCACAF. Right now, that top 3, United States in second with 15 points, sandwiched by Canada in first with 16, and Mexico, who fell victim to the United States back in November. 2-0. Next up, we're going to try and get the broadcast for you for the World Cup qualifiers. El Salvador on the 27th, Canada on January 30th. 27th of January is for El Salvador, and then Honduras on Groundhog Day, February 2nd, is a foul called in the box by Jordan Morris. He didn't like the call, but looked plain as day to me. He bumped Don Dokanovic. Dokanovic went down. A nice little back heel from Ricardo Pepi. Deflected cross. Morris with that left shoulder knocking Dokanovic to the ground. Jordan Morris, the 5'6" forward for the Seattle Sounders. 10 career goals, 8 assists, and now his 40th cap for the United States. And now the Bosnians making a run. Here's Pedro. Sends it towards the center of the park and back towards the center backs before Pedro gets it down the left wing again. Sends in a low cross, easily intercepted by Zimmerman. His pass goes off a Bosnian head, and that rolls into the arms of Matt Turner. United States fielded 3 goalkeepers in this World Cup, in this international friendly, It was the backup for legend Tim Melia, John Polskamp, one of 2 members of this United States team that did not dress. The other, Aaron Long, still recovering from a mild from his Achilles injury that he suffered back in May. Kevin Berettis was selected, the DC United defender, but he suffered a left ankle sprain in training and was not replaced. So a 26-man roster became 23-man. Unfortunately, Long not ready to come back, but he could be ready for World Cup qualifiers. I was looking forward to seeing a potential qualifying partnership of Long and Zimmerman in the center back. That's a great duo for the United States. It's Johnny Cardoso looking to find his place in World Cup qualifying. Walker Zimmerman looking to keep that captain's armband, but I imagine that will go to Christian Pulisic once again. 53 minutes have gone by. We are still scoreless here as the United States get the ball back on a couple of poor clearances from Bosnia. Henry Kessler in to throw it in his second national appearance. Here's Kellyn Acosta now. He'll take it over midfield. Now Lennon. Scoots it back towards the middle. Speeding forward to get it is Zimmerman. United States reset with Henry Kessler. Back over the timeline comes Acosta. Lennon now. Lennon and Acosta have really been the kindling, looking to start the fire of the U.S. attack. United States still looking for that first goal. Almost 70% of the possession in the first two-thirds of this contest. Here's Morris. Morris has it stripped by Nukic. He has been shadowing the 27-year-old all match long. And the Bosnian captain has done an admirable job. Morris still able to get some dangerous passes and the only United States shot on target so far. But Nukic has been with him step for step. Bosnian captain, one of two players making his third international appearance. Long ball sent in, and Dizdarovic calls everyone away. Closest American to it was Brooks Lennon on that long pass from Jesus Ferreira. Bosnia trying to clear it. United States keeping their foot on the gas. Heavy pressure. Not letting Bosnia have much control of the ball. Here's Barisic. U.S. with plenty of numbers back, though. Bosnian looking for that low cross, and it's deflected away by Henry Kessler. That was Nukic, who was trying to send it towards the center of the park, looking for Savic or Lukic. Henry Kessler on the clear, and now Nukic will be the taker of the second corner for Bosnia Herzegovina. "55 minutes gone by. The Bosnian captain getting ready to come to the corner flag. Outswinging ball from Nukic, finding ahead and lofted over the net. I think it was Numan Kurtic who was the target of that corner kick. And now Matt Turner will place the ball in the corner of the 18-yard box on the goal kick. Interesting opinion on George Bello. I think he's had a mostly solid match, helping control that far side wing with Jordan Morris, who got the reception intended for him, sent the low cross, and now the United States will have a corner. First one Dizdarovic will face in the second half. It's Kellyn Acosta again. On a long pass, the United States taking advantage of that. Acosta, outswinging ball, low corner. No good. Zimmerman trying to backheel it towards the center. Nothing. But Bello will control. Good and bad moments. You say for Bello, that was Med the rock star. Also predicted that the final score of this match is going to be 1-0 in favor of USA. We want to hear more of your opinions, guys. Who do you think is going to score that American goal, if anyone? As we approach the hour mark in this friendly, United States passing it around the middle of the park here. Throw in. Lennon has it deflected. Now Zimmerman collects. Here's Cardoso. Over to Bello. Play going towards the left side. Cardoso tries to send a lofted pass in. It's deflected away, but it'll get back to the possession of Walker Zimmerman thanks to Gianni Cardoso. Here's Lennon. Lennon has it stolen away by the aggressive Pedro. Pedro taking it down the left side now. Numbers back for United States. 3-on-2. The 3 for the U.S. A great cross sent in. That was Jovo Lukic, the intended target, but it missed his head as he went diving to the carpet. So a potential chance thwarted. But Pedro was well guarded by Henry Kessler there. The ball just went out in front of him. Couldn't get up to it in time. I don't think Lukic could have gotten a clean touch on it anyway with Henry Kessler all over him. Now here's Cardoso. He's going to send it towards the left side. And Pepe tries for that one touch, little touch and go move. Unsuccessful, looking for Roldan in the middle. He has it taken from him. A minute away from the hour mark. We are still scoreless. United States still up an extra man after that Amar Begic red card in the 40th. A straight red for the 21-year-old. United States has it in the 18-yard box. Passed outside to Lennon. Lennon looking for the cross, but a lot of white jerseys in that 6-yard box. Lennon's going to have to dish it out. And United States going to go all the way back to their center backs and reset. Something they have had to do a lot all game. A lot of highlight plays from Bosnia, but they're playing smart defense. They're limiting United States from using their pace. They're just almost controlling the middle of the park defensively, while it's been the United States in firm control of possession, close to 70% so far, 2/3 of the way through this contest. Here's Lennon. Bosnians want an offsides call. The cross will be deflected off of Barisic by Lennon. I'm not sure if that is going to be a corner kick or to throw in. And it's going to be a corner kick, number 5 for Acosta, but he goes short this time. Acosta gets it right back from Lennon. This time sends a left-footed ball in for Pepe. Pepe has it taken away. And Bosnia is going to have to clear it. Lennon gets the ball. Now Acosta. Taken by Kessler, who chases it, but it rolls out of bounds, and it's a goal kick for Dizdarovic. Dizdarovic, a good communicator in the net. Couple of interesting points in the comments section. Had the rock star saying Jordan Morris is really the focal point of the U.S. office, which I certainly agree with, as we're seeing another substitution. It's going to be more of an offensive substitution. On comes Marian Karl Kavar, and he will replace Josip Koraluka. More of a central midfielder. That's where you're seeing a lot of the success from Bosnia as a 3-headed substitution for the United States. Giassi Zardes will make his 66th appearance, most among any active United States players. Off will come Ricardo Pepi. That should be a straight substitution for him and Zardes. Brian Reynolds will come on. He will replace Brooks Lennon. And there's one more substitution. That is Jackson Ewell. Trying to find out who he's replacing. So just 2 straight swaps. It's going to be Ewell replacing Johnny Cardoso, who had been one of the more active midfielders for the United States so far. So to repeat, a straight swap, Zardes in for Pepe. A straight swap, Reynolds in at left back. The Roma player is in for Brooks Lennon, or right back, excuse me. And Jackson Ewell, a midfielder, he is in for Johnny Cardoso. I imagine we could see maybe Roldan shift into that attacking midfielder role where Cardoso was, the top point of the triangle in the 4-3-3 that the United States are employing. Ewell could certainly play there as well. He has an assist in now his 16th cap. And for Brian Reynolds, it's his second cap, second time in a substitution, subbed in for Serginho Dest, the Barcelona right back, in a March 28th friendly against Northern Ireland. Reynolds, a defensive record for United States, $7.43 million transfer fee to AS Roma, former team of Bosnian international and legend Edin Dzeko. But just one match for Brian Reynolds under Jose Mourinho at Roma, a legendary coach who has won a whole lot of titles. So 3 substitutions. I believe there's still going to be 5 in this friendly, allowed for both teams. Each team has subbed 3 times, and then, of course, the Begic red card. Another point from Rocky. The United States needs to flex if they are a man up. Looking to spring Morris and Roldan on the attack, and I think that they're going to push Roldan to that attacking midfielder role. Again, we'd love to see more of your points in the comments to try to push this conversation forward. As a foul is called, down on the ground is Igor Savic. Berhalter wanting that 31st win to move him out of a tie for the 4th most wins as a United States national coach. We'll be talking a lot more about that as we come to the World Cup qualifiers. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter. Check out our website as well. You can see all those at the bottom of the screen. Bosnia with the ball now. United States with Roldan looking to make something out of it as a foul is going to be called, I believe, against Roldan. But Jackson Ewell was involved with the play as well. That knocked a Bosnian player down to the carpet. 65 minutes have gone by, and Greg Berhalter not looking happy on the bench. Or should he? United States favored by at least a goal in this match, I believe. And they are still scoreless in their 25th minute playing with a man up. So now Selmir Pedro will take the 3 kick from a little over 40 yards out. Sends in the in-swinger, easily headed away. And a shot wide. Not much of a chance as that one bounced around pretty quickly. Igor Savic, the shooter from HK Zrinski Mostar, a Mostar native. A one-time strike attempt from Savic going well wide. The 21-year-old getting his first shot of the night. United States have maintained possession. They have controlled the possession of this contest, but it's playing more at Bosnia's slower pace. United States has been forced to play it out the back a lot more than they would like to be, especially considering that they've been a man up for about 25 minutes. Still looking for the first goal. We're scoreless in the 66th minute as the United States are playing out of the back right now. Zimmerman trying to send it forward. He's going to get the ball right back. Now Kessler sends it all the way across to Brian Reynolds, getting his first touch of the match. Morris, one-touch play to Reynolds, but Reynolds will pick it towards the top of the 18-yard box. Reynolds gets it right back. Now Roldan. Now to Morris. Back to Roldan, freeing Reynolds down the right side. Low cross, deflected away. Pedri saves it from being a corner. He is flanked by Reynolds heavily and is forced to clear it. Knocked out of bounds, trying to save it, and ends up going out of bounds off of the United States. I believe that was Roldan who touched it last. So good link-up play from the United States, but ultimately leading to nothing. It's a low cross looking for Giassi Zardes. Brian Reynolds getting active in the attack in his first couple of minutes in this match. Aggression may be something we're going to see a lot more of from the United States as balls past that of bounds as Selmir Pedro is falling down. And a warning issued to Walker Zimmerman, who is arguing the foul called. Referee not having any of it. Believe Zimmerman just got a yellow card. I can see the card shown, but the ball was in his hand as Marian Kavar, 23-year-old center midfielder with the most experience outside of Bosnia. As it looked to me on the replay like it was Kavar that brought down Zimmerman. Zimmerman certainly did lower his shoulder a little bit, but more just on a straight run. But then upon getting up, Zimmerman stiff-armed Kavar to the ground, and that's why he gets the yellow card. Florian Kavar making his third cap, coming off the bench each time. Kavar still jawing at Zimmerman a little bit. Came up in the Bundesliga. Played a match against Bayern Munich back in 2018, the year they won the Bundesliga championship. And Zimmerman's arguing because Kavar did drag him to the ground, but the ref didn't see that part. They saw the Zimmerman stiff arm and the, let's say, embellished action by Kavar when he came to the ground. Let's see if he's got a yellow card too. Because Kavar might be getting something for jawing at the referee a little bit. He doesn't get a card. Zimmerman does. United States, 23% of the possession in this a scoreless match in the 70th minute. And another yellow card now, this time given to Jesus Ferreira, tripping up Barisic from behind. So 2 yellow cards for the United States on different players in 20 seconds, really. Jesus Ferreira and Zimmerman. Zimmerman, not his first yellow card for the United States. He's been in here for 23 matches now, but Jesus Ferreira in his 5th cap getting his first yellow card. Ferreira coming from a strong soccer descendant. His father, David, was the MLS MVP in 2010. Ferreira put together a nice season himself for FC Dallas, 8 goals and 9 assists. Led FC Dallas in assists, second to his teammate tonight in Toro Pepe, who had 13 goals. Brian Reynolds, now to Bello. Zimmerman has it again. USA still playing out of the back, but pushing up a bit more. Zimmerman looking more like a right back, and it seems like they've switched Reynolds up to the midfield. A lot of shuffling that both sides has done, but it seems like more shuffles have gone the way of the United States. A lot moved around with different formations. And you've seen Acosta travel from the middle of the park to the back line as well. And Jordan Morris has a foul going against him as he was looking to get around Okanovic. He could not, though. We are still scoreless past 70 minutes. Zardes looking for a chance, but that's going to go right back to Desdarovic coming off of a couple of center backs in a deflection. Giassi Zardes has not seen a lot of action, just with a nose for goal. A guy that Clint Dempsey has said was one of his best teammates on the national team. Here's Zimmerman, the captain. Walker Zimmerman. Now to Reynolds, who's moved back to that right back spot. Reynolds more of a left back, where he plays typically, but still young, versatile enough to play both fullback positions. That one's knocked away on the pass from Roldan. Zimmerman is going to get it back again. This time from Jackson Ewell. A little more defensively minded so far, staying back a little bit. And a good idea coming in from Ferreira, trying to free up Zardes, but it's taken away. And the Bosnians now in control down the left wing. Nice juggle by Kavar. 2 games of Bundesliga experience, one with Eintracht Frankfurt and one with Gruther Fürth. But he has been in the Bosnian Premier League for his first full season this year with Siroki Brijeg. Foul on Kalma Costa and a free kick a couple of yards away from the midfield line for Barisic. He's going to send it backwards, choosing to go quickly as we hit the 74-minute mark. It's a friendly, so this match could end in a draw. The last matchup between these two sides 3 years ago in 2018 ended in a 0-0 draw, but 4-3 in favor of the United States in 2013 when these teams met for the first time. And Dzeko, Miralem Pjanic featured in that match. And down for the U.S., that's Reynolds, but the United States in control as Yule gets a pass, completes it as Roldan is fouled, and he will pick himself up off and send the free kick forward. He's going to find a nice arcing pass for Morris. Morris has it slide tackled away from him by Nukic, but it's going to stay with the United States. Deep in Bosnia's zone. United States controlling the ball for much of this half. I'm not sure if that was just a surprise shot attempt or a cross trying to spring forward Ferreira from Jackson Ewell. But it ends up in the hands of Dizdarovic, who picks it up on the run forward from Giassi Zardes. Zardes, not a lot of touches so far. Looking for his 15th goal that would break the tie with a couple of legends on the United States national team. Carlos Bocanegra, a former captain back in the 2010 World Cup, and Kobe Jones, one of the most famous United States midfielders. Each have 14 goals, as do Zardes. Here might be a chance. Ferreira, he has it poked away, got back by Reynolds. Reynolds has it stolen by Barisic. And now here come the Bosnians. Nukic on the right side, switching the play for Pedro. Tried to steal it away, did Ferreira. Pedro sends it towards the center, knocked away by Zimmerman. Zardes gets a touch onto Ferreira. Zardes streaking down the middle of the field. Not a great first touch from Roldan. A slide tackle means he's going to lose it. And that ball is going to go towards Bosnia. Igor Savic coming back from that striker position to fight the ball away from Roldan, drawing the foul. We're in the 76th minute now. 3/4 of the way through this contest, still scoreless, despite the fact that the United States have played now half of the contest with a man advantage. Almost half. I'm bad at math. But we're in the 76th minute now, and Berhalter, I think, might be trying to just bark out orders. Thought I saw a substitution getting ready behind him, but still going to stick with those 3 subs. That sent Zardes, Ewell, and Brian Reynolds in. Jordan Morris, in my opinion, has been the man of the match so far. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on that. But Morris has not played a lot, under 100 minutes, about 75 off the bench in 2 matches for Seattle. As a surprising substitution's coming on for Bosnia. Mehmed Kosic making his national team debut, the 24-year-old, in a straight swap for Adin Nukic. Nukic, who has been far and away the best player for Bosnia. He has been not shutting down Morris, but keeping him in check, certainly. And the armband will have to be switched as the Bosnian captain will head to the bench. A surprising substitution, but the 24-year-old from Tuzla is going to check out. And I think we're seeing another Bosnian substitution as well. Once I see who that is, I will let you know. Fans out in full force in what looks like a pretty packed house in Carson. As the United States will get a substitution as well. Cole Bassett, the 20-year-old Rapids homegrown player, making his United States debut. And on comes Cade Cowell as well. Should be it for the U.S. substitutions, unless it's still unlimited. So 2 guys, the combined age of 38. Are entering the match. Jordan Morris will check out. I don't love that substitution because I thought he was playing incredibly. Jordan Morris and Jesus Ferreira will head to the bench for a pair of debuts. Cole Bassett and Cade Cowell. Youngest homegrown for the San Jose Earthquakes at 15 years old back in 2019. 2 seasons, 6 goals, 7 assists. Second with 6 assists on the Earthquakes on a disappointing season for them in 2021. Zardes gets control, looking to get around. Dummy pass picked up for Cowell. Cowell's knocked down, and so is Pedro. No foul called on either player. Play on, whistle by the referee. U.S. got another chance again. Here's Cowell. Sends it back in for Acosta. United States slowing it up, pushing more towards the middle. George Bello now, sending a lofted pass. I'm not sure if that was for Zardes or Cowell, but it ends up as a straight pass to the goalkeeper. Certainly not a shot attempt there from George Bello. I think he was searching for Cade Cowell on the far post, near post to us. But the two homegrowns, one of them in Bello, a young male player of the year nominee, unable to link up. As we are about 10 minutes away from extra time in the 80th minute here, still scoreless. United States still up a man. An extra man for the United States that they have not been able to take advantage of, Amar Begic, that 40-minute yellow card. USA looking for a record-breaking victory here. Would be the most in a calendar year since that mark of 17 set just 8 years ago in 2013. Reynolds, one-touch pass. Now Acosta, but it's a bit too far for him. That second pass, I believe, off of the foot of Roldan. Could not find Kellen Acosta and rolled out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Belman Dizdarovic. United States bench not looking pleased at their performance. Dizdarovic, the goal kick now, as we have reached minute number 81. We are still scoreless. Do you think that will change? Jonathan Gomez was spotted holding his jersey in his hand, getting ready. And it looks like we will see another USA debutant. Called up 3 times to the Mexican youth national team. Chose to put his citizenship with the United States for his senior national team. Gomez not going in yet. Giving a shout out to Med, the rock star, certainly a rock star. She is sending us some great little updates that I'm not always catching, so appreciate that. United States with the ball in the attacking third, still not able to get past the Bosnian defense. It's the offense for Bosnia that has been concerning and really just non-existent. United States with 72% of the possession this far into the match is remarkable, but still not much shown on the scoreboard. Scoreless, over half the match played, a man up now. That ball's headed out of bounds. Not sure if it was Cowell or Barisic who got the last head on it, but Dizdarovic corrals it before it goes out of bounds, and we have 8 minutes remaining in a still scoreless game. United States passing the ball around well, sending those crosses in. Cade Cowell has been very aggressive in his United States debut, but still no closer to getting a goal on. Here's Cowell. Nice move to cut it back towards the middle. Sends it right above the circle. Cowell looking for it again. He can't get there. Acosta, the long-distance shot. I don't know if that was deflected, but it misses. Going long and high, Kellen Acosta with a shot attempt. United States are trailing still in shots. 6 shots, not a single one in the second half for the USA. 2 not on goal, though, for Bosnia, as there is a substitution. Couple of substitutions going to be coming on. So bear with me here. The one I see is Sasa Maksimovic coming on for Jovo Lukic. Emptying their bench. Are the Bosnians. Andre Dokanovic is coming off. I don't know yet who is entering for him. Jonathan Gomez is going to come on, though, and he'll replace George Bello, one of the 3 starters that was named by Berhalter before this match, before the starters were officially announced. It was Bello, Zimmerman, and Brooks Lennon who were told to the media that we're going to be starting. Walker Zimmerman named the captain as well. He's still in the match. Looking to see who came on for Dokanovic as well. It's either Ovsina or Vrovic. Both defenders. I would guess that it's Vedran Vrovic before actually seeing the number. Still scoreless with 5 minutes remaining before extra time. I'd expect about 3 minutes in this friendly. Cade Cowell has played dangerous football for the United States, and he sends a pass that bounces off the corner flag intended for Brian Reynolds, end up a goal kick for Destardovic and the Bosnians. Reynolds and Cowell have been the most aggressive off the bench for the United States. Which one of these substitutions that has now climbed up to 7 has been most impressive in this match for the USA? Please tell us what you think in the comments as that ball sent back to Matt Turner. Turner. Now Reynolds with it. Mishandles it, but he's going to maintain possession after a diving Pedro gets that ball out of bounds. A draw has to be considered close to a victory for Bosnia, still winless in their last 3. But if you can hold a team scoreless when they have possession for what's probably climbing towards 75% of the match now, you got to give credit where it's due to Bosnia and Herzegovina. The United States unable to get one on net in second half, unable to get a shot off in the second half, with 5 minutes remaining in regulation. This game, as a friendly, will not go into extra time. It could end as a 0-0 draw for the second time that these sides have seen. A nice back flick header looking for Gomez. It's knocked away. Cleared by the Bosnians, but kept in bounds by Jackson Ewell. Here's Bassett. Now Zimmerman. Ball going down the right side with Brian Reynolds. Back to Zimmerman. Zimmerman and Reynolds having a pass. Reynolds has some space. Tries to send across towards the far side. Deflected away. I believe it was Barisic who got the head on it. Ends up in the diving hands of Belman Dizdardovic. United States again getting those crosses in. Just the divisive headers are going the way of Bosnia and Herzegovina. So it is Harris Ovsina. A little late on the pickup here. In the 83rd minute, Harris Ovsina was the one who subbed on and made his Bosnian national team debut. He comes on for Andre Dokanovic, one of the most highly touted players on this Bosnian side. Walker Zimmerman called for a foul. He might want to be careful. Doesn't want to pick up a second yellow card. Would square the match, make it on even footing with 2 minutes left. The United States have not even used that extra man to their advantage yet. Trying to cut towards the middle is Kurtic. diving to get it, and Kurtic gets called for the foul on Brian Reynolds. USA working quickly off the short free kick, deep in their defensive third, and now pushing it up the pitch. A lot of urgency you're seeing in this friendly, which is surprising considering these are younger players trying to showcase their talent and guys fighting for a spot on those crucial 3 World Cup qualifying matches coming up at the end of January. One in February against Honduras. Cross from Reynolds. Ooh, just missing the head of Cade Cowell. Also jumping for that. And a shot on net. Here's a chance and a goal! Late goal for the USA. How about a debut strike for Cole Bassett? The ball bounces around, and USA finally gets one in the net. Another cross in from Brian Reynolds, deflections from multiple Bosnians, and Cole Bassett met it one-on-one with the keeper. In the 89th minute, we have the first goal in an extra man match. Taking a look at the replay on FS1, that ball missed the head of Bassett. He got up, Zardes to Gomez, who shot it. It was stopped by Dizdarovic, and then Cole Bassett from on the ground on the diving header made the play. As the keeper was the last one who touched it, Bassett not offsides on the run. He was onside on the Gomez pass, which means he's onside on the shot, tips it in to the back corner, and the United States takes a late 1-goal lead. How about it? We've hit the 90th minute now, and our conversation is getting lively again. First goal in his first match for the United States. The 20-year-old, the second youngest homegrown player in Colorado Rapids history. Now with 3 minutes before the end of this match, Cole Bassett makes the difference. And as it stands, the United States will set a new record in wins in a calendar year. I agree with you, Rocky. Definitely your vibe, my friend. 2 minutes of extra time and a long free kick for the United States. Taking their time, setting up on the free kick are the USA from about 30 yards out. And a poor header. Easy stop for Matt Turner. That came off of the head of Harris Obscena. Turner stays on his stomach over the ball, looking for another shutout. Has done his job when called upon. Not having a strain himself, but still a triad of saves for Matt Turner. Could make for an interesting battle in that training camp ahead of those next 3 qualifiers with Zach Steffen, who has had a stranglehold on the coveted starting goalkeeper job for the United States. Legends like Tim Howard who have held it. United States, a great goalkeeping producer. Steffen seems to be the next in the long line, a move at just 23 to Manchester City when they were sitting on the top of the Premier League on the heels of a 100-win season, or 100-point season, rather. First in Premier League history. But now Matt Turner, back-to-back Goalkeeper of the Year winner, Best 11, Golden Gloves, the 2021 Gold Cup, and a 10th clean sheet in 13 caps in 21 are looking that way for Matt Turner. United States, a minute left, controlling, but they're looking for a second goal. Jackson Ewell, they're playing it back now. They see a seam, they'll take it, but they're trying to finish out this clock. We're in the 93rd. A long kick could end it. United States minutes away from a record-breaking finish to 2021. As down to the ground goes Ovcina. Kavar sends it down. Bosnia looking for one last attack. It's knocked out of bounds, and that will do it. The flag is waved, and this ball game is over. The United States, their 17th victory of 2021, most in a single season, coming on a 1-0 victory over the 10-man Bosnia and Herzegovina team. Med the Rockstar called it. I'm not going to try to find her earliest comment. She had a couple of times USA 1-0. Med the Rockstar, you called it. You are a rock star. So I can say it now. You told us all. United States, the 1-0 victory, a record-breaking performance, 31st win for Greg Berhalter, breaking the tie in 4th place all time in just 3 years in U.S. national team wins. What a start to the career for Greg Berhalter, a final win, an 88th minute goal scored by Cole Bassett minutes into his national team debut. He scores his first ever goal. Cole Bassett is the decider. But do you think he was the man of the match? He has the goal. He has the goal in about 5 minutes of action. But there are guys like Matt Turner who kept another clean sheet. Jordan Morris controlled the play along the wing for the first hour plus of the match. And some defenders like Henry Kessler, George Bello, Brooks Lennon, who played great on those fullback positions. We want to hear who you think the man of the match is. Another comment coming from Rocky. He's happy with the win. Definitely need to play better getting out of the first round of the World Cup. I certainly agree. This was a team that the USA was favored against by a pretty wide margin, about 50-point drop in the FIFA rankings between Bosnia and the United States. But a 1-goal game ended up just 89 minutes into the match, 44 minutes after the extra man advantage was given to the United States. But let us take a look. 2 yellow cards and a goal coming from the USA. Jesus Ferreira, Walker Zimmerman, each getting a yellow card. Bunch of debuts on both sides. Clean first half from both goalkeepers. 9th clean sheet of 2021 for Matt Turner. A great 2021 he has had. He was a Player of the Year nominee. That was given to Christian Pulisic. But the first decisive event in this match was that red card. Amar Begic, a clean card, knocked down Acosta from behind. Mad the Rockstar has the first man of the match vote as Walker Zimmerman. I would agree if he didn't get that yellow card. But that yellow card late in the game, just not a smart foul. It was an angry foul that knocked a player down. My vote for man of the match is still Jordan Morris. I'm happy to see him back from injury. He didn't have anything on the stat sheet that really showed how well he played, but he was just dominant down the wing, had a great partnership with George Bello on that left side, able to work well with both the fullbacks. Jordan Morris, in my opinion, gets the man of the match, but we want to hear who is your man of the match from this contest. Post the question up on our YouTube channel. But United States played 1 man ahead from the 40th minute on after a Amar Begic red card. They didn't get anything done in the rest of that first half and kept the game going. They maintained control throughout the contest. The key stat, in my opinion, was 73% of the possession was controlled by the United States. One more shot. Each team had 3 shots on goal, but 10 shots for the USA to 9 for the Bosnian side. 2 yellow cards and a red card, alternate sides. That red card for Begic, the 2 yellows to Ferreira and Walker Zimmerman. 1 offsides call, 5 corner kicks or 5 corner kicks to Bosnians 2, 3 saves from Matt Turner, and a save from each goalkeeper, Setkovic and Dizdarovic, in their international debuts. The second victory for the United States. They're unbeaten in their last 4 matches to end off 2020, and they're coming up on a couple of key World Cup qualifier matches. A couple man of the matches, and a good point there by Med the Rockstar. He did play very well defensively and offensively, but to me a yellow card kind of kills the accolades, because you can't be making those bad fouls and be the best of the match, in my personal opinion. But Walker Zimmerman definitely earned that captain's armband for the United States. He played well in the defensive side of the park. Jordan Morris played well as well. Ricardo Pepi, a bit disappointing for my eyes. He's someone that I want to see improve, because he is really tabbed by many people to be the future of the United States in the center of the park. You got some great wingers, include like Christian Pulisic. You have the great defensive midfielders, but there hasn't been that true number 9 that is just ready to blossom to replace the Josie Altidores, the Giassi Zardes kind of guys. And Pepe is looking like that guy, but not today. He did not get his great runs. He's someone who needs to improve. I'm not sure if he had enough to reach that qualifying team. Which one of these guys do you think will be going on that qualifying team? This is something that we're going to be discussing for the next times, because this match was an end-of-the-year tune-up. Was it the best effort from the United States? It was not. But they got the job done. They got the late victory. They showed resilience. They showed the ability to get past their frustration with how they were playing, and they got the job done, getting their 17th victory of the season, of the year, the most in a calendar year in U.S. national team history. A new era for the United States could be starting in the next year, in 2022. Thank you, Rocky, for liking and subscribing. We encourage the rest of you to do the same, because we are coming up in crunch time for the World Cup qualifiers. 6 more matches. United States 1 point out of the CONCACAF World Cup qualifying group, and that first place team is Canada. That match will be on January 30th. I am hoping to be on the call for that one and the other 2 matches against El Salvador on the 27th and Honduras on February 2nd. The United States is looking like they're getting ready for 2022. They will be off for another month and a half, and they are ready for the World Cup qualifiers. We will see who is going to be on the roster for the next group of qualifying. But for now, the United States escaping with a 1-0 victory over the 61st ranked team in the world in Bosnia and Herzegovina, ending up their 2022 season on a 4-match unbeaten streak, including a huge victory over Mexico, where they overtook them in the CONCACAF World Cup qualifying playoffs. Thank you again for following along. We appreciate you listening to our content. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and follow us on Twitter at state_of_soccer to get more content on the U.S. national team as we head into crunch time for the World Cup qualifiers. Following the 1-0 win by the U.S. national team, I'm Josh Sperber. Thank you again for spending your Saturday night with us here at State of Soccer, and have a happy holiday season. We appreciate you, and we hope to see you again on future broadcasts.